Okay, so let's check the voltage output in here. Okay, good day, good afternoon, o maayong hapon sa tanan. So it's afternoon here in our place. So today what we're going to do is that we're trying to solve why this DIY battery, which we project last time, could no longer output to its desired voltage. So I suspected already that the BMS of this battery is not working. So maybe it's dead or something. So I have already opened this up last time, and I have tested it out using our multi-tester here. And it seems that really the problem is the BMS. So for this video, we will try to fix this battery by replacing it with the new BMS. So as we all know, the BMS, or the battery management system, manage all the input, output, and charging and discharging of the battery. So with this one, I already purchased out online the new BMS, which is the Daly BMS. So based on the reviews, this BMS is quite a good one and would probably help in solving the problem out with this battery. So first, let's take out everything first, including the cover, and replace the BMS. Okay. So this is already the old BMS, so we'll try to desolder all these cables first so that we can disconnect the BMS. Okay, so before disconnecting the BMS, let's try to check what's really the problem for this one. So we'll test the output part of this BMS by using the multimeter here. So this one here is the positive terminal of the battery, and this side here is the negative terminal, which is connected to the main negative of the whole battery pack. So let's try to put the positive one on the positive terminal and the negative to the negative of the battery. So the voltage is around 54 or 53 volts here, but when we test it here on the discharge part of the battery here, it's only at 47 volts. Okay, so it would only mean that there is a problem with the BMS already. Okay, so let's try to remove this one and install the new BMS. Okay, so I have now removed the BMS. So this is now the new one. Okay, so unfortunately with this type of new BMS, the balance leads or the balance wires is not compatible with the Daly BMS, so we have to remove everything to wire up the new balance cables. Okay, so let's do it now. Okay, so it's time to remove the balance leads. Okay, balance cables are removed, so make sure to put them away. First, try to double check if there are abnormal cables. So here on the positive side of the terminal, we'll try to double up the soldering here. Okay, so nice and good. Okay, so let's check the voltage first. So main positive here and main negative. So it is 53.9 volts. Okay, so the next thing that we need to figure out is where to fit the BMS, since the BMS is quite large, so I say. So don't know if it would fit on the side again. Also, I don't know if it would also fit in here. since it would double up the size of the BMS. Okay. So since I cannot place this one on the side, it's now being protruded at the back of the battery, thus the case would look something like this. Okay, so we'll try to heat the back. I think this is just a PVC plastic, so let's try to heat this one and push it down until we can close this case. Okay. So after hours of heating up the back plate just to insert the new BMS, so this is now how it looks like. So it's still hot as of the moment. Let's try to cool this thing down a little bit later. Okay, so it's already close. So let's cool it down first because it's quite hot. The sticker fell off. Okay, so I don't mind putting this back anymore. So let's try to cool this one first, and after that we'll try to solder in the balance cables. Okay, so balance leads are already in place. So let's try to check if the voltages are correct. So with respect to ground, or the last pin here on the balance wires, let's check first the voltage in each of the individual cells. So first, so this 549, and the last one should be 53.9, since this one is the 13th cell. Okay, so after this we'll connect the BMS to the correct position. But first we need to cover up the whole thing with Kapton tape for safety. So make sure underneath are all clean, because we'll be placing tape across this. So it's now time to connect the BMS to the main battery. So to connect the BMS first, the B minus, or the B minus for the BMS here, goes to the negative part of the battery. So let's try to build it here, but before that let's put shrinkable tubes here. Just for protection. And just like that. So then let's try to solder it. So here also is the wiring diagram for the Daly BMS. So this one is a common charging and discharging port with the positive terminal. Okay, it's done. Okay, so let's check the voltage output in here. Okay, so the voltage is at 53.9 volts. So it's now good. This can now be used again on our e-bike. But before that, let us check first if this thing charged. Okay. So I have here the charger. Let's plug it in first. Okay, so nice. This one is charging. So you might see here on the indicator it's red. So let's wait for a while and let's see if it comes. It will go to green once the charge is fully over. Okay. So after a few minutes of charging, the chargers has already gone green, which indicates that it is fully charged. Okay. So we'll check on connections here. Charger connected to the wall. The battery pack feels normal. No heat dissipated from it. So after charging this one, let's see what's the maximum voltage that we get out of the battery pack. Okay, so full battery voltage is at 54.2 volts. Okay. So for this one, we have successfully replaced the BMS of the battery. Thus, it can now be used again to our e-bike. Okay, Okay, so we have deformities on the case, but it's okay. As we get to install the new BMS, which is already quite a good BMS for this type. Okay, so let's install it again on our e-bike and test it out on future runs. Okay, so if you think that this video is helpful for you, then just give it a like and share it with your friends. See you on the next one.